We bring NASCAR Miscraft Cup Series racing to you for the 4th race on the season here at the vintage, the classic Darlington Raceway, the Wild and a Third racetrack from the Darlington, South Carolina area. Here we are for a quick 12 laps around the Lady in Black here today. We got 27 drivers ready to try to conquer and take home the trophy here for the Southern 500. It's going to be a good one here today. We've had quite the eventful season so far, from Daytona, the Miscraft Racing Complex, and then a changed around schedule to put Charlotte Motor Speedway in the spot of the MRC Oval. And Eric Jones was the driver who got that race in hand. That checkered flag was taken by this man right here, who starts 16th here today. Got his first race win in Charlotte. Can he get a second here today in Darlington? It'll be tough to figure that one out because he is starting mid-pack here today. But William Byron, he's figured it out here in Darlington before he won back in season number 6. And he'll start 5th here today. Already a pretty good starting spot to be able to defend that win back from season number 6. We'll see if he'll be able to do that. Not too much further up the field to go to get to position at number 1. But the driver starting in position number 1 is number 2 in points is Denny Hamlin, one of the aces of the Darlington Raceway. Multiple Southern 500 wins in the NASCAR Cup Series, and he'll be starting on pole today. And he's 5 points down from Kyle Larson. He's going to be looking to take over that championship battle lead here today. Always been one of the better ones here in the Miscraft Cup Series. We'll see if he can keep that reputation up here today. And let's take a look at the rest of the starting lineup here today from Darlington. Denny Hamlin, of course, on the front row with Ross Chastain. Then there's Kurt Busch and Brad Keselowski behind them. A solid qualifying effort from Truex and Byron get them up there as well. And Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick. And rounding out the top 10 will be Alex Bowman and Joey Logano. You have Daytona 500 winner Daniel Suarez and Austin Dillon. You have Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson, the Kyle Show, row 7. Row 8 is Charlotte winner Eric Jones and Chase Briscoe. You have Chase Elliott and Bubba Wallace. Behind them in the top 20 is Chris Buescher and Ryan Blaney. And you have Corey LaJoie and Ryan Newman. Behind them is Kevin Harvick with a subpar qualifying effort from beside Eric Almirola and their teammate Cole Custers alongside the numbers 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And rounding out our field here today is Matt DiBenedetto in the Woodlands 21. Let's take a look at the rest of the race info here today. 12 laps, of course, is the distance. We got 27 cars in the field. Hamlin is on pole for race number 4 of season number 8. It's a 1.3 mile circuit with differing banking from turns 1 and 2 to 3 and 4. And mild temperatures of 79 degrees Fahrenheit here tonight as the cars roll off the pit lane, getting ready to go here at the Darlington Raceway. Hamlin's going to be leading the field down. It's going to be a good one here at this mile and a third racetrack. Very tight, very hard to pass. Worn out surface tire wear. Got to be a factor here today. The fans are on their feet. The loud pedals are getting ready to be pressed from these 27 competitors. And off of turn number 4, Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain lead us to the green flag here in Darlington. And Hamlin slides the field up against the outside wall in turns 1 and 2. It's imperative to keep the cars off of that outside rotating barrier here today. Martin Truex Jr. already bowled over to the inside. 3 wide for him to look for third as Ross Chastain holds on a second. Keselowski trying to battle back for third. And Denny Hamlin leads lap 1 down to turn number 1. There's a bold move from William Byron to the outside right. Keselowski gets him loose off the corner. Keselowski with a nice save right there. As everyone trying to bide their manners right now, all except for William Byron, who marches towards the front here in Darlington. It's a car length lead for that 11 car on the Ross Chastain, who slides into turn number 1. That allows the 24 to get another run on him and make another pass down the backstretch here in Darlington. Denny Hamlin now going to be under attack from the 24 of William Byron. Here comes Reddick as well. He's going to charge to the inside of William Byron. Crossover from turn 4. He's going to try to make the pass in turns 1 and 2, but he can't do it. He slides in the corners. He's going to try to hold on as everyone goes single file, but here is a pass between a couple of our winners this season. Here's Daniel Suarez to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano. As Hamlin continues to lead, he's got a mirror full of the number 24 of William Byron through turns 1 and 2. Oh, Hamlin gets loose and slides and pirouettes off turn number 2. And the first caution is out here today in Darlington. And Denny Hamlin saves that race car and rights the ship very quickly. Let's see how this one happened to bring out the first caution. You see he hit that new piece of pavement right there. Must have been a bump or something that upset the balance of that race car and spun him right around and brought that rear end spinning. Luckily, he did not hit anything, so no damage to that race car. Just some scuffs on the tires. You see right there, the car just came around on him as he tried to make that transition to the new pavement. And good for him that nobody made any contact with that 11 car. You see one more time right here. It goes up very high. Tries to make the dive down to the inside of the racetrack. Can't quite do it without keeping that car straight. There's Reddick making a pretty bold evasive maneuver to the inside of Hamlin right there. But luckily for Denny Hamlin, he is going to have to come down for pit road with everybody else. The abrasion on the tires is so severe that after halfway through this race, all the drivers coming out of the pit lane with William Byron leading them down. Reddick's going to go forward as everyone pretty much going to be taking 4 tires and fuel here today in Darlington. Going to be getting themselves to the finish with a fresh set of Goodyear tires and already down and away for William Byron with Truex following. Who's going to win the race off pit road? It's William Byron, just over the 8 of Tyler Reddick and Martin Truex Jr. But they may have won the race off pit road, but they will not be leading the race. Blaney, Harvick, Wallace, and Corey LaJoie stayed out under the caution. We'll see how those old tires fare for them on to this restart. Here we come, back to the green flag. Blaney chose the top of the racetrack, and we're back on the loud pedal. Green flag's back in the air. They're squirrely already, and Harvick spins into the inside wall. Oh, and back up into traffic. Got a big crash with the 4 Kevin Harvick with huge contact from some of the cars back behind him. And a tire strategy does not pay off as we're back under the yellow flag here in Darlington. Massive impact into the outside wall in turn number 1 for Christopher Bell. Let's see how it happened. Yeah, the 4 just did not get going. The rear tire spinning, a little bit of contact with Martin Truex Jr. and a huge impact from the 28 Christopher Bell. Gets them spinning and pirouetting in turn number 1. You see that 4 just did not get going off the front end of Corey LaJoie. Came back up into traffic on a huge shambles under the outside wall there for the 20 of Christopher Bell. And you see it one more time right here. That 4 car gets spun back and forth right there. And you see this 23 wide to the inside, locks up the tires as he comes in and just makes contact with the right front of the number 4 car and sends him spinning up the banking in turn number 1. And both of them will be out of this race. And on the hook goes the 4 car, rightfully expected there. Ross Chastain comes down to pit road to get some repairs. Same for Alex Bowman, and LaJoie decides to come down and get those 4 fresh tires. And although they came down and got pit stops, Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace chose to stay out. Same for Martin Truex Jr., who had a little bit of contact on that incident. We'll see how all of that fares for them. 3 laps remain here in Darlington. Back on the loud pedal. Green flag's back on the air. Ryan Blaney gets the jump. Bubba Wallace gets out of the way. They're 3 wide back to turn 1. How's that going to work? Somehow they make it through. Here comes Byron now to the outside for the lead as Kurt Busch gets sideways in turn number 2. Here comes Reddick to the inside of Ryan Blaney. Going to try to make that move work. He'll slide up, get to the inside of the 12 car. He's now clear for second. Here comes Truex now to the inside. He's still got damage on that left rear tire. How's that going to hold out with 2 to go? Here comes Reddick to the inside. Moves the 24 of the racetrack. But Byron has the outside lane advantage. Here comes Truex as well to the inside. Here he comes for second. Back to turn number 3. Coming to the white flag this time by Byron on the outside wall. He taps it just a little bit there. The 3 wide for the lead. 1 lap to go in Darlington. comes the 8 of Tyler Reddick to the inside. He'll slide job to 24 in turns 1 and 2 and take the lead onto the back straightaway. Honey Butter Croissant Mobile number 8. Tyler Reddick blocking back and forth at turn number 3. Byron slides on the racetrack and Truex's tire lets loose and across the line. Tyler Reddick's going to get his second Miscraft Cup Series win at the Darlington Raceway. And Tyler Reddick's going to conquer the lady in black here in Darlington. Here's Byron trying to hold off the 8 car. He gets the Reddick gets Byron loose in the corner. You can see the 19's tire smoking right there. They make contact in turns 3 and 4. 3 wide coming to the white flag. And here came Tyler Reddick with a slide job in turn number 1. Somehow made that one work. And onto the back straightaway he went. Was able to hold off some blocks and slides from the number 24 to win here in Darlington. And Tyler Reddick, for the second time in his Miscraft Cup Series career, burns it down to the front stretch. What a performance from the 8 of Reddick. He was up there all day long. Same for William Byron and Martin Truex Jr. And Reddick was the one who came out on top. A valiant effort from the number 24 of William Byron. Let's take a look at the results from today's event. Reddick, of course, on the top of the podium. We have William Byron. Daniel Suarez snuck through to get the 3rd position away from a wounded Martin Truex Jr. Kurt Busch came home 4th. Ryan Blaney 6th on old tires. And Bubba Wallace finished a solid 10th place on those old tires. Some tire strategy helped them out here today. Chase Briscoe, Creasy Jr., all of them back there starting out the last half of the field. Of course, Kevin Harvick and Christopher Bell were the only 2 DNFs from today's event from the melee in turn number 1 on the first restart of the day. And what a great race here it was here today. It leads us to a 3-way tie at the top of the point standings. Tyler Reddick, Martin Truex Jr., and Kyle Larson are the 3 warriors at the top of the podium there, with Daniel Suarez and Denny Hamlin tied 2 points just behind them. And what a great points battle it is here in the Miscraft Cup Series, nearing halfway in this season, of this 10-race season, might I add. And what a great race it was here today. Still a lot of competitors in contention for the championship, like there were for the race here today. A lot of great racing here today. We're going to also see some great racing in the 5th race of the season from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard 400. We return a few seasons after our last visit, and it's going to be a fun one here. It'll be the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval, unlike the NASCAR Cup Series in real life. But thank you everyone for watching here today from the Darlington Raceway. What a great performance it was from Tyler Reddick, who comes home with the checkered flag. And well, we'll see you guys next time out in Indianapolis.